So here we are at the top again, next to the house. Here's the fence that divides the two pieces of land. So on the left hand side is our bit, and on the right here is your bit. Looking out over here. This sort of start of the ridge. So down here is the water that was installed, and this electricity post next to our house, which there'll be no problem like connecting over here. Although there was an American guy that came here, he was an electrical engineer, and he said that he'd be able to make a turbine from car parts for about, how much did he say, like $500 or something, parts, and from the river, and then that would be just unlimited power, which should be nice. So maybe, well, so possibly here, like next to our house, around here would be a good place to build another house. Maybe on top of this mound. A little bit of forest just next to the land as well. So your piece of land goes all the way along there, and then up to that ridge there, and then all the way around the sides of it. So again, the soil here is kind of, well, it's dry, obviously, it hasn't rained much. It's kind of fairly blackish soil. Looks fairly good, I'm sure, you know. Putting a fair bit of, if you put a bit of organic fertiliser on it, it'll be fine. But it's quite kind of bare and stuff because of horses being in here that sort of eating all the grass, and then because it hasn't rained, so it's quite dry. I mean, one thing would be to just plant kind of grass that's good for horses up here. Don't know if you want to have horses, or I don't know where you'd want to have a vegetable garden. So here's a quite good long kind of flattish bit here. So it goes up to that fence there, that piece of land. Down here is the river that's on the other side. So in the canyon that I showed before, that has one river, and then on the other side there's this river that called it Quebradon, which is easy to get to. There's a neighbour over here, a lady called Margarita, and she's nice, but she's got a couple of pit bulls which came in and killed Salvador, unfortunately, ripping him apart. But yeah, it's not the first time it's happened to around here. These dogs also like killed a foal from another neighbour and like bit a kid, and so everyone's kind of up in arms a bit about these dogs. But I mean, she's a nice lady and we were friends with her. But So yeah, all this is yours as well, all along the edge of here. And this is kind of just like forest reserve here, down by the stream. This is Margarita. It has honey there. I think it's honey that she's got. It's good for honey around here. A guy who used to live here, he, how does he say, like, with about 10 of those honey beehives, you'd have like a ton of honey or something, or a ton and a half. It's in the forest. So yeah, down here it's pretty steep to get down to the river, but there's a path over there which starts on my bit of land and then carries and sort of winds through the two that goes to a waterfall down here, which I'll show you in a bit. There's a couple of friends of ours live here, Erica and Jogo. Erica's a Colombian girl and Jogo's Brazilian. They've been building up their house a little bit, but yeah, basic house with mud walls and stuff, but tiny, but you know, they live happily there. You don't need much to live around here really. It's very cheap and you grow a lot of your own stuff. This big house up here, apparently there's a French guy that bought it. I presume that's why there's so much forest around it, because the locals just chop down all the forest and grow coffee. But I think apparently he died, and then they're not quite sure what to do with it. It looks like an amazing house. Very nice view over that valley. On the other side of this hill here is the town. So you can see the mast there. That mast is above the town. We get a microwave internet signal coming from it as well, which is quite good. This is Christmas Eve today. You can hear a bit of music coming from the neighbour right over the other side. It's probably about, what, 2 kilometres away or something, but there's nothing in between us and him, and he's got it very loud. Okay, we'll go along this path. This seems to be quite well trodden, I'm not quite sure why. Ah, it's because we were looking for something here. See these here? This is bracken, but giant bracken. We've got normal bracken here like you get in England. And you got this giant stuff. We've got some even bigger ones down the other side. They're just like from the dinosaurs' times. Okay, so I'm walking along the edge of the piece of land. This fence doesn't mean anything, it's just stop horses getting down. The part right next to the river you can't own under Colombian law, something like 20 meters either side of the river. So like, you know, the land goes to the edge of the river but not all the way to it. But here there's no one else that could get down there anyway, really. Well, Margarita could get down there I suppose, but I think I'll walk along the top. So this land in the past apparently has been It hasn't been cultivated for quite a few years, but I think it has been burned a couple of times. They like kind of burning the land here to clear it. I don't know, it's quite dry, the soil on this side it seems to be, but I'm not really an expert. It was much better when it was more covered. What we would want to do, really, if it was up to us, we'd just reforest all the side here, because it was forest before, and to connect it up to this forest here. And then on the other side it continues. There's a French girl who's our neighbour who has 2 hectares of forest there, which is she's just leaving it, you know. So it's a great like wildlife corridor all around the side of here. It'd be fantastic. And just like nice little paths through it. And so I'll walk back up to the top. I'll just stop the video and start it again.